Alright, you guys are back for our second problem. It's going to be a little different than the first one, so I will make you watch this one. Example 3, I'll let you skip ahead if you want, but this one, I'm going to make you watch because it's just presented a little differently. Not saying you couldn't figure it out, but I just want you to see just in case. Okay, so in this one, it says, if the circumference of a circle is 24 pi inches, find the radius, diameter, and area of the circle. Well, this one's different because the last one, we just simply had the radius and diameter and used our formula to solve. So you're probably like, well, Miss Long, how can I use the circumference to find all this stuff? Because usually you just use a formula and substitute in the appropriate values to find like the area and circumference. So, well, there are two versions of the circumference formula. We know that the circumference is equal to the pi times the diameter. Okay, we also know circumference equals 2 pi r. Okay, so if you notice, the formula in this case has the diameter in it. Whoa. And the formula in this case has the radius in it. So we can use the circumference formula to find the diameter and radius. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so I'm actually just going to fill in the values that I'm given in my problem into these formulas, and hopefully that will be enough to help me find the radius or diameter. Let's see. Okay, so my circumference, which is given to me, is 24 pi. So I'm going to bring that down. I could do it in both cases. 24 pi is what our circumference equals. Okay, and we know it equals pi times the diameter in this case. In this case, we know it's equal to 2 pi r. Okay, and I want to find the diameter and the radius. So now that I've substituted in the circumference, do you guys see a way that I could find either the diameter or the radius? Well, I'm really close, you guys. All I gotta do is get the diameter and radius by itself. In this problem, the pi is getting in the way, so I'll need to move that over. In this problem, the 2 and the pi are getting in the way, so I'll need to move that bad boy over. And then I'll pretty much be done, so why don't we get started on that? Okay, so I need to get the diameter by itself, and currently this pi is getting in the way. It's irking me and frustrating me. So I'm going to move that bad boy probably pretty violently over to the other sides because it's just getting in the way. Okay, so pi is secretly multiplying to my diameter, which means the way I'm going to move it to the other side is by dividing both sides by pi. Do you guys see if anything will cancel out or divide out and turn to 1 in my problem? The pi's will. Do you guys see that? My pi's will cancel on both sides. So that simply means the diameter is just 24. Whoa. That was pretty cool, right? Okay, so the diameter is simply 24 inches. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, which you probably could have reasoned through this since the circumference is pi times the diameter, and we know it's 24 pi. Well, the diameter is everything that's not the pi, so it's 24. So you could probably use that same logic over here to find the radius. But I'm going to go through it just like I did, just because to me that makes the most sense. Okay, so I'm really close to solving for the radius, but this 2 pi is getting in the way. We have issues. Okay, so I'm going to divide, or the 2 pi is secretly multiplying to my radius, which means I'm going to divide both sides by 2 and a pi to get my radius by itself. Because if you see, the 2 and the pi will cancel out and divide out and turn to 1. Okay, and then I just simply have to solve for r. Then I'm done. So the radius will equal 24 divided by 2. So when I simplify this, I'm going to divide the constant. Well, technically pi is a constant. Okay, but I'm going to divide the rational numbers together, so the numbers that are not this irrational number, and then I'm going to divide the pi's, if that makes sense. Okay, so 24 divided by 2 is 12, and then guess what, you guys? The pi's will cancel out. Bam. They will go away. So this is just simply 12 inches. All right, and another way you could have found the radius, technically you didn't even have to use that formula. If you know the diameter, what can you do the diameter to get the radius? Yes, In fact, you could take the diameter and divide that bad boy by 2 to get the radius. Like 24 divided by 2 is 12. So that could have been another way that you found the radius too. I just wanted to show you how to do it with the circumference formula, right? Whoa. All right, and then lastly, we just find the area, which this will flow very similarly to this problem. If we know the radius, we're just going to be using pi r squared to find the area, and then we'll be done so. Area equals pi times the radius squared. So area equals pi times my radius, which the radius is 12. And then we're going to square that bad boy, and then we'll be done with that problem. So 12 squared is 144. And remember, we write the number first, then pi. That's just how we do it. It's kind of weird, but that's okay. Mathematicians are weird, and I like that we're weird, so I'm okay with it. So 12 squared is 144. So this is 144 pi. Now, don't forget, with area, we're going to square inches because we're moving into the second dimension. So inches squared. Bam. And guess what, you guys? This problem is now donezo. Now, example 3 is really similar to example 2. So I will let you move ahead on that one if you feel comfortable. So let's get going on example 3. Yay.